What if I told you that the tiny choices you make every day, the ones that seem so small they barely matter, are actually shaping the entire direction of your life? Let me tell you about two people. John is 29 years old, works at a tech company in New York City. Every morning, he hits the snooze button. 5 more minutes, he tells himself. Those 5 minutes turn into 20. He rushes to get ready, skips breakfast, grabs a bagel on the way, and spends most of the day feeling like he's catching up. At night, he relaxes by binge-watching Netflix until past midnight. Now, meet Michael, his coworker. Same age, same job, even the same city. But Michael's mornings are different. He wakes up 10 minutes earlier than he used to. He brews a simple cup of coffee at home, writes down 3 things he's grateful for, and listens to a short podcast on his way to work. At night, instead of endless Netflix, he reads 10 pages of a book or spends 20 minutes at the gym. At first glance, these differences are tiny, almost invisible. 10 minutes here, 1 skipped donut there, what does it really matter? But fast forward 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, and the difference between John and Michael isn't small anymore. It's massive. This is what the compound effect is. Part 1. What is the compound effect? The compound effect is the principle that small, consistent actions repeated over time lead to massive results. It's like financial compounding. If you put $100 in a savings account with interest, it doesn't just grow by $5 each year. It multiplies because the interest earns interest, and over time, that growth accelerates. The same principle applies to your habits, your health, your relationships, and your career. Think about it. Eating 1 cheeseburger won't ruin your health, but eating one every day for 10 years? That's a different story. Reading 10 pages of a book won't make you a genius overnight, but reading 10 pages a day for 3 years equals more than 30 books. That knowledge compounds. Saving $5 by skipping your daily Starbucks latte might not feel like much, but $5 a day becomes $1,825 in a year. Invested wisely, that grows exponentially. The results of your life aren't built in a day. They're built day by day. Part 2. The story of John versus Michael. Let's go back to John and Michael. John's path. John doesn't see his small choices as dangerous. He tells himself, everyone watches Netflix. 1 donut won't kill me. But weeks become months. His energy dips. He gains weight slowly, barely noticeable at first. At work, he feels less motivated. He misses a chance for a promotion because his performance is average. His debt grows because he keeps swiping his credit card for small pleasures, Uber rides, takeout dinners, new gadgets he doesn't really need. John isn't a bad guy. He's not lazy. He's just making tiny, unconscious choices that add up. Michael's path. Michael, on the other hand, commits to small, boring habits. Nothing dramatic. He doesn't wake up at 4 a.m. or run marathons. He just sticks to the little things. Gratitude journaling, 20 minutes at the gym, brewing coffee instead of buying it, reading instead of scrolling. Months pass. His energy increases. He loses a few pounds, then more. His confidence grows. At work, his boss notices his focus and discipline. He gets promoted. His savings account grows, and he starts investing. At first, no one notices. But after 3 years, Michael looks like a different person, and so does his life. The difference between John and Michael isn't luck. It isn't talent. It's the compound effect of their habits. Part 3. Why small habits matter more than big goals. Here's the mistake most people make. They set huge goals, lose 30 pounds, save $50,000, write a book, but they ignore the tiny daily actions that actually lead there. Goals are important, But goals alone don't change your life. Habits do. Think of it like flying a plane. If a pilot shifts the plane's nose just 1 degree south, no one notices at first. But after thousands of miles, that tiny shift changes the destination completely. Your daily choices are that 1 degree. Do you scroll for 30 minutes or take a walk? Do you spend $10 on fast food or cook at home? Do you watch another episode or read 10 pages? Each decision feels small, but together they determine whether you end up in success or mediocrity. Part 4. The science behind the compound effect. Why does this work? Momentum. Once you start a small habit, it builds momentum. Brushing your teeth for 2 minutes doesn't feel like much, but the act of showing up every day rewires your brain to see yourself as consistent. Identity shift. Habits aren't just about actions, they're about identity. When Michael reads every night, he's not just reading, he's becoming the kind of person who values growth. Consistency over intensity. Most people fail because they try to change everything overnight. They start with a 2-hour workout, a 30-day diet, a new morning routine, all at once. And within 2 weeks, they quit. The compound effect thrives on consistency, not intensity. It's better to walk 10 minutes every day than run 10 miles once a month. Part 5. How to apply the compound effect in your own life. So, how do you use this principle in your own life? Step 1. Identify your keystone habits. Pick 1 or 2 small habits that have ripple effects. Examples: drinking water first thing in the morning, reading 10 pages of a personal growth book, writing down 3 things you're grateful for, saving $5 a day automatically. Step 2. Start smaller than you think. Don't aim for perfection. Start ridiculously small. Want to exercise? Do 10 push-ups. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence. Step 3. Track your progress. Write it down. Use a journal, an app, or even a sticky note. When you track your habits, you see the compounding effect in action. Step 4. Be patient. This is the hardest part. The compound effect feels invisible at first. You won't see results in a week, maybe not in a month, but give it 6 months, a year, 3 years. That's when the magic happens. Part 6. Real-life examples. Let's make it real. Health. Eat 100 calories fewer a day. That's like skipping 1 cookie. In 3 years, that's more than 30 pounds of fat burned. Money. Invest $200 a month. With compound interest, in 20 years, that's over $100,000. Relationships. Say I love you to your partner every day. After a year, that's 365 reminders that strengthen your bond. Career. Spend 20 minutes learning a new skill daily. That's 120 hours a year. Enough to become an expert in something new. Part 7. Back to John and Michael. Let's fast forward 5 years. John is still stuck in the same patterns. He feels tired, unhealthy, financially stressed. He looks back and wonders, where did the time go? Michael? He's thriving. He has energy, confidence, a healthy body, a growing bank account, and strong relationships. People call him lucky, but luck had nothing to do with it. It was the compound effect. Conclusion. Your call to action. Here's the truth. You don't need a big breakthrough. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need to start small. Read 10 pages. Save $5. Take a walk. Write 1 sentence. Because your future isn't built in one day. It's built every day through small, consistent actions. So ask yourself right now, what's 1 small habit you can start today that your future self will thank you for? Remember, success is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently. That's the compound effect.